Hello, 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 and welcome, my Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this full moon in Pisces, our full moon to full moon, new moon next in Virgo. I am your reader. Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but your dad just calls me Mal. Hi, how are you all doing, my Pisceans? I love my fishy family. Though I am a Virgo, I am a Pisces moon, so guess what? This full moon that we are doing for this What Do I Need read is the full moon that I was born on 52 years ago. See what magical, mystical living does for your skin. Yeah, it's genetics. And Lancome. That being said, my subscribers, thank you so much for following along. This has been, everybody overuses that word journey. This YouTube career of mine has been a journey. So thank you for your subscriptions, really. I love it. So many of you are friends on Facebook as well. I've gotten to know a lot of you in my Mark Angelo Lyons Mel for short private Facebook group. So we're going to have fun this next week because my birthday is going to be on September 6th, but this reading, the full moon that we're dealing with, is on September 2nd. So we'll be doing some live streams this week for my birthday and the full moon and all that jazz. Cool. So subscribe, and if you're new to the channel, yeah, subscribe, like the video, all the things that all the readers say on YouTube, right? Hit the notification bell and comment, because I do like the feedback. I've been reading clients face-to-face for decades, right? Now I'm reading people I can't even see. Great fun, but apparently accurate, and apparently it works because I'm good at it. Go fig, right? Whatever. So, divine feminine empath that I am, let's rock and roll. Let's get down to business here. We are looking at a What Do I Need read for this full moon in Pisces on the 2nd of September, as I said, but it's at 1:22 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you want to do your full moon magic, you might want to do it on the 1st rather than the 2nd. We are going to be live streaming on this channel Tuesday night around 10 p.m. Eastern to do a little full moon magic-y kind of stuff. Just to kind of get your intentions in. When the moon rides at her peak, then ye heart's desire seek. So we'll be talking about that, particularly with a Pisces full moon, your heart's desires, right? Really, really, really important stuff. For at least the creativity of prayer and spell work, intention work, whatever you want to call it. Same thing. Cool, but we're looking at a waning moon, right, from full moon to new moon next, and the new moon is in Virgo, which is on the 17th, which is also a little tricky because the moon goes new in Virgo at 7:02 a.m. Before that, it's dark moon. The 3 days before new moon is dark moon. Lay low. It's essentially the PMS time of the lunar cycle, same as the menstrual cycle. You line them up, they're essentially the same pattern, right? But 7:02 a.m. is not just the problem. It goes void, of course, 40 minutes later, right? So you've got this 40-minute window from 7:02 to 7:42 a.m. Come on, getting up that early on a Wednesday to do the work, right? I think that's on a Wednesday or Thursday, whatever day it is. But if you can hang out on the 17th until at least 2:56 p.m., the moon goes into Libra. So it won't be new moon in Virgo work, it would be new moon in Libra work. Though technically next month we will have the new moon in Libra. You with me? Good. So what do I need read is just that. It's asking the divine through different divination systems. Actually, we have 5 divination systems and 2 healing tools, but we're going to draw 2 cards from one of those, making it an 8-card draw, right? Just 1 card from each deck, except for the Chuck's Pisano Love Pack, of which we will get to. I'll explain it when I get there. All the decks that I read are in the description box below. These are clues, these are tips, these are hints from the divine. They're not going to reveal the entire mystery through divination. They never have, and they probably never will. But what you can do is stay in the present moment, right? Follow your breath. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, check your other signs. Because I have to say, even when I watch readings on YouTube, I check my Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs every now and again, and I can tell even when it's from the same reader, like one of them is really talking about my Virgo Sun, and then I'll watch the Pisces one, and it'll be about my Pisces Moon, and they're both me, but they're different aspects of my life. So just consider it. Cool? All right, I think that's it. All the decks I read are in the description box at the bottom. We're starting with the Caroline Myss Archetype deck. Technically a healing tool, not a divination system. But watch how I make it one. Right? Where there's a witch, there's a way. Breathe! Right, like 10 minutes of exposition just to explain, to get to the goods. Here we go. Ah, my collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, can I have one card in clarity for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, possibly myself included, for this full moon in Pisces, our Pisces full moon, to the new moon in Virgo, September 2020, please. What is the dominant archetype, the dominant soul pattern being alchemized? From lead to gold, healed from light to shadow, from toxic to healthy, for this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in themselves, in someone else, in a situation, all of that, some of that, please. Leave the card in my hand, my collective pantheons. What's the dominant archetype being alchemized? Woo-hoo! The prostitute archetype. Now, don't get offended. Everyone has the prostitute archetype. It's one of the 4 survival family archetypes. You have the child, which has many sub-archetypes, the wounded child, the magical child, the orphan child, the nature child, and all that jazz. You have the victim, which is also the victory one. That's the lead and the gold victim to victor. There's the saboteur, empowerer, and then there is the prostitute. And the prostitute is something we all have to learn from. It's how we learn how to survive. So I know the word evokes hooker, but it's not. It's really not about that. The shadow attribute is the lead side of it, the unhealthy side of it, places material considerations and security above self-empowerment. So rather than empowering yourself, you sort of defer to the material considerations and security and sometimes comfort, like not speaking your truth because it would make somebody uncomfortable, right? Rather than empowering yourself and speaking the truth that needs to be said. Just one example. I was talking about this archetype, my God, at least 15, 20 years ago with somebody. And he's like, what do you mean everybody has the prostitute archetype? I'm like, well, imagine somebody staying in a toxic relationship because of the house. And they were like, oh, this town is full of those. It was Sayville. So I was like, yeah. So that's what I mean. We all deal with it. But the light attribute, what can be alchemized here if the work is done, accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. So when your spirit says no and you say no, and your spirit says yes and you say yes, without compromising, and that is a challenge. But these challenges are created for us. The highest possibilities and probabilities come to us, not to test us, but to give us the opportunity to alchemize that lead to gold. In all archetypes, but in particular, you are looking at the prostitute archetype in yourself with another, because everybody's got this one, or in a situation like a prostituti, right? Situation that you're in. Let's keep going. We are going to ask the Healing with the Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue. What is the healing angel you need, right? Because this is what do I need reading. So you need to alchemize this prostitute over the next 2 weeks or whenever you're watching this. So what is the angel that you need to call upon, to work with, to help you with that? Take a nice deep breath. Oh, that feels so good. Hello, my angels, my beloved angels and archangels. Please, can I have one card in clarity for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for this full moon in Pisces to new moon next in Virgo? What is the angel they most need to call upon so far to help them deal with this prostitute archetype, which is an ongoing archetypal alchemy throughout our lives, no matter what reason, season, or lifetime, no matter what age? So please clarify, what is the angel they need to call upon this full moon to new moon next? Oh, excellent. Miracles. Now, what would the angel of miracles do? I mean, the angel's name isn't Miracle. That's a horse. From a Mel Brooks movie. It's a miracle. It's a title. It's a function. What would the angel of miracles do? Well, would they create miracles in your life? Well, you know, St. Teresa said the divine is in the details. They're everyday miracles, right? So maybe it's that it helps you make that alchemy. Course in Miracles would definitely say a miracle is a shift in consciousness from a thought system based in fear to a thought system based in love, the ego, the soul, however you want to see that. So it's part of that alchemy, but is often done through forgiveness. Usually forgiveness of self. Usually looking over your shoulder and saying, I didn't know. Forgive me, I knew not what I did. Except you are giving yourself that forgiveness, and maybe you are dealing with this within somebody else who did not take the empowerment, who maybe did not speak the truth because they were afraid of you being uncomfortable or them being uncomfortable in the speaking of it, right? So the deception of it perhaps is in there, but let's keep going. To call upon the angel of miracles is just a good idea in general, I'm gonna say, particularly when it pops up. And speaking of deceptions and truth, the Blue Angel Oracle, one of the 2 new oracles that I got from Blue Angel Publishing, this deck turns the party really quick. Suddenly you're in this multidimensional cosmic angelic space because this deck is dedicated to Archangel Michael. Him and I have a very long relationship. I used to be an Archangel Michael channel in the 80s and the 90s, the early 90s, during the New Age 90s, you know. But really, I am a Urielite. I am of Ariel. Well, Ariel and Uriel they're a couple. The Earth Angels. Won't you be mine? Breathe. I'm hearing, won't you be my angel? Breathe. Hello again, Archangel Michael. We had a lovely chat last night. Thank you so much for being here with me, watching over, guiding, and giving me pieces of truth to cut myself free with that sword of truth of yours. So could I please, my beloved, have one card in clarity for this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. For this full moon in Pisces, our full moon to the new moon in Virgo, September 2020. What do we need? What do we need? Because I can see the prostitute archetype in me. I've just this past month or so, I have had to do so many things in order to pull back the power of my spirit rather than compromise myself. Cut a lot of people out of my life. No more bullshit. It's a miracle. A true blue spectacle. Miracle come true. Please, Archangel Michael, what do you got for us? I'll take that. I am Angel of Manifestation. This one's never come up in a reading before. And do the word be wealth? The word written out, the key word is wealth. I am Angel of Manifestation. And card number 15. I'm going to read from the book because there's no way I can memorize all of this. Plus, I'm getting on in years. Your memory plays tricks. I am Angel of Manifestation. Card 15, Wealth. This card signifies spiritual and material wealth. Excellent. Both are available to you and both are necessary if you are to create the life you desire. Right, you need both kinds. The spiritual wealth without the physical wealth. Been there, done that, have the burnt t-shirt. The material, physical wealth without the spiritual wealth is a frickin' nightmare too, if you haven't noticed watching the news. To some, money and spirituality seem like a contradiction. No shit. Yet nothing can be further from the truth. For money, just like spirit, is simply energy. It is neither good nor bad. You will attract wealth by doing what you love or working towards doing what you love. But you must learn to love and value money also. For if you don't, you will find yourself reluctantly chasing after it until you do. The angel on this card is holding a gold heart. Oh, look, he is, or she is. I'm going to say that's a guy, but whatever. It could be like Jane Whelan. I don't know. Oh, you send me. The rush hour. The angel in this card is holding a gold heart, a symbol of the love and wealth that is being offered to you. If you wish to accept and create wealth, then close your eyes for a moment. That made me stutter. That was so good. If you wish to accept and create wealth, then close your eyes for a moment and allow this beautiful energy to fill you. Shall we? Take a moment. Gold heart. Spiritual wealth and material abundance are yours for the asking if you love and value both. They all they require is love. A stream of liquid gold flows through my heart and thoughts. This is my true essence, which I love, accept, and share with others. Now, I grew up, the love of money is the root of all evil. Now, thinking of people as things is the root of all evil. And it's not that you have to love money more or less than anything else, right? Places material consideration and security above self-empowerment, right? Not compromising your spirit. This card is saying there is a balance here available to you and great wealth is on the way. So don't eschew it because of outdated spiritual, I won't even call them principles. The spiritual ego, the ego takes spirituality and uses it against us so that we will stop growing. And if it's like, oh no, money is the root of all evil, that's a total spiritual ego thing. Right? It's just not true. So you don't have to love money more than everything else, but you don't have to fear it either. You can welcome it in like a friend, and like any other relationship, take your time with that. But it feels like for a waning moon, this is going to be letting go of a lot of lead that, as an insulator, lead is an insulator and toxic. You don't want it in your system. As that alchemizes, then it turns to gold, which is a conductor, which draws energy and channels energy. And it's gold, wealth. So play with the alchemical language these next couple of weeks, this full moon to new moon next. As now we turn to the Kuan Yin Oracle. This deck makes me cry. Pisces moon, tender heart that I am. Sensitive, divine, feminine empath, and I love Kuan Yin. I have a long relationship with her too in this life. So let's ask her what we need. I'm in on this one. We're all in this one together. Breathe. It just became personal. Oh. Kuan Yin. Hello, my goddess. The bodhisattva of compassion that you are, the goddess. Such healing, such wonder, such love. Please, can we have one card in clarity? My beloved Kuan Yin, for this Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, for this full moon. In Pisces, our full moon. This is going to be something else, isn't it, this time around? To this new moon in Virgo, September 2020. What do we need, my beloved Kuan Yin? Sisters of the Star Blossoms. Now, unfortunately, there are no Sisters of the Moon, because then we could call it the Stevie Nicks card. But the Sisters of the Star Blossoms. There are a bunch of sisters in this oracle. I haven't read this one yet. Only got it a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, Sisters of the Sun. Rising is card number 29. Got sis, because they're doing it for themselves. Standing on their own 2 feet and ringing on their own bells. I'm so lucky the gods like my sense of humor, even though humans tend not to. Card number 27. Sisters of the Star Blossoms. It is good to remember that whilst we each take our own unique journey back into the divine bliss and truth, we have plenty of friends that love us unconditionally and wish to help us find the way home with the least suffering and greatest joy. It's about friends. When we allow ourselves to be helped, we help others too. It is a spiral of support and love that is wishing to connect more so with you now. Oh, to connect more so with you now. First time reading it. One more time, that last bit. When we allow ourselves to be helped, we help others too. It is a spiral of support and love that is wishing to connect more so with you now. Because they make it more space, so more so is really one word. but I was raised by a teacher. Group energy is powerful. When used consciously, it can help us expand in the same way that if you were doing any task, many hands could make light work, as the saying goes. Well, many hands make light work, all one word, too. Your energy can help nourish and lift the energy of others in a group as you are able to carry a high vibration of love in your heart. Now, there is a prayer I will read at the end of this, but just to put it out there, you know, a lot of us can't be around people so much and 6 feet away. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean you can't network with people and that you don't have your friends, your family, your tribal vibe going on here. So there's something indicated there, and that does make sense with that angel of manifestation, miracles, and prostitute. The prostitute archetype, right? To be able to value your networks, your friends, cooperation. I'm having an electric company flashback. There's a real joining here and a real love and a real willingness to help each other out. And Pisces, we need that, right? Like, I'm a Pisces moon, I'm Virgo sun, very, very good on my own. Like, the Virgo card is the Hermit card. Work, it's true. But I really do get that need. I have that need, like everybody else, to be part of something. It's like Maslow's pyramid or something. So let me read you the prayer. Prayer to the sisters of the star blossoms. I call upon the unconditional love of the sisters of the star blossoms and of beloved Kuan Yin. Please help me know when to step back and when to step forward into group energy. That is so Pisces. Help me rise above my fears of being lost or consumed or hurt. And help me not hide in a group either. That's interesting. Help me know my own light and be able to share it fearlessly and with mercy and compassion with others. Help me find my rightful place within group energy now, beloveds. For the greatest good, so be it. Om Shanti. I am peace. Rock. Okay, so we definitely got a group dynamic here, but really about cooperation and helping each other out. So it's not necessarily, you know, surrendering yourself to a group. Like they said, let me not hide in a group either, but let me not be so separated out. Interesting. I found this time around, these first 4 cards really lay a foundation, like 4 corners. These next 2 decks, well, the same deck, but 2 cards from it. The Chuck Spezzano Love Pack is going to give us a little bit more detail here. I divided it into the group of the deck, the suit, I should say, of the problem, right? So we'll find out what the problem is that we need to look at. And the other is sort of, I guess, the remedy or the solution, the 3 remaining suits of luck, healing, and grace. So let's see what comes from the Ascended Masters, and from the Ascended Masters as well, we'll get a healing mantra from the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Cron. I almost shuffled them together. So that would be the other healing. You know what? Even the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, although he writes it very much like a divination system, is more of a healing tool. But the Matt Cron Healing Mantra deck is definitely a healing tool, not divination. Where there's a witch, there's a way. Breathe. My Ascended Masters, welcome. Thank you. Please, 1 card in clarity. What's the problem that we need to know about this Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs that we find ourselves in? Gonna get schooled like fish. Please, what is the problem that we need to be aware of this new full moon in Pisces, our full moon to new moon in Virgo, September 2020. Please, what is the problem we need to be aware of? Because we've got the prostitute archetype here, miracles, wealth, sisters of the star blossoms, about collaboration, groups, tribes, friends, compassion, love. So what is the problem we need to be aware of? You know, this full moon to new moon next September 2020. Pain. P-A-I-N. Pain. Our own, others, right? Perhaps something that's a bit more communal. I mean, the nature of this pain, I'm going to go with emotional. because the person is clutching a broken heart. I know there's no sunlight coming in the windows right now. It's raining here, so I had to use some extra lighting, so it's got a bit of a glare on the card, but you can see there's a cloud over them. This does feel more emotional. And if it was fear, the card of fear would have come out. This is about emotional pain and most likely stuff that has been accumulating over time. Now, I will say with this card of wealth, this is something that spiritual and physical material wealth can help heal, or at least support through the healing process, right? So let's find out right now, what is the remedy here? Or at least a solution to help deal with this pain in a healthy way. Breathe. My Ascended Masters, then please, one card in clarity for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign this full moon in Pisces, our moon sign, to the new moon next in Virgo. Since we've got the card of pain here, and this could be emotional pain about wealth issues, about friends, family, groups, but there's a miracle in play here if we can grasp it, if we can do what we need to do, dealing with that prostitute archetype in ourselves and again in others. Everybody's got it. That could be an odd little toxic cabal, or people really supporting each other with love and compassion to accentuate the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of our spirit, which seems to be what this time is all about on planet Earth in general, at least 2020. So please, one card in clarity, my Ascended Masters, just leave it in my hand, please, for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign this full moon. Whoops, it's a new moon next. Good timing. Okay, good timing to me in this deck is the Divine Timing card. Right? It's like this is something we had to go through. This is absolutely something that we had to go through. There are certain emotions that we have to feel for a while so that we have the experience that emotion gives us, good, bad, or indifferent, right? That's why the more we avoid our emotions, good luck, Pisces, well, that's why, you know, we can fall into addictions of all sorts of different means, or I should say ways, in order to medicate our own pain. But medicating your pain doesn't necessarily mean you're healing it. So perhaps there is a miraculous release here. Remember, we're looking at a waning moon, so it could be the waning. Wane your pain if you can do it. Oh, that would make a good t-shirt. Wane your pain. And with good timing. I do feel like in the quantum variation of things that some of us are going to go through this faster than others, and I have a feeling that's going to have a lot to do with the wealth that we get from our friends, the spiritual wealth, the wealth of our support systems, but very, very friendly. And by the way, even though it says Sisters of the Star Blossoms, I'm feeling this is more friends. Well, Wayne Dyer said it. Your friends are God's apology for your family. I love my family, though. Most of them. It's a large family. I'm the only gay one in the family. What are the chances? But, you know, I don't live in closets. I keep clothes in mine. Breathe. Because we're calling to the Ascended Masters one more time, please. Oh, my beloveds, what is the perfect healing mantra? You gave me one today. Let's see if it's the same one. What is the perfect healing mantra for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for this full moon? In Pisces, our full moon, to new moon next in Virgo. Please, my beloved Ascended Masters, I love you all so much. I'll take that one. Embracing worthiness. I feel worthiness filling every cell of my body, and it feels amazing. I always get a little Thorgy Thor on that one, right? It's incredible. It's amazing. Something exciting, something inviting, something for everyone, some worthiness tonight. Now, that does indicate that perhaps we've been dealing with some self-worth issues. Who doesn't? Definitely part of the schemata of the prostitute archetype. Let me read you what's in the book. I will work this I will work this mantra every day because I like this one. And it took me a while, by the way, to get to the "and it feels amazing" part. It took a while, but you know, you get out of it what you put into it. I feel worthiness filling every cell of my body, and it feels amazing. And that's what they just highlighted. Feels like that's our thing. Water signs with Pisces, we can really call up that feeling of worthiness from the collective unconscious, right? All of us, the worthiness of life itself that breathes within us. When worthiness dawns, you know that life has a bigger plan in store. Because it does anyway, whether we know that or not. You are able to navigate the highs and lows of each moment, very Pisces, aware of a greater cosmic force at play. And aren't we the mystics? Wouldn't we be more tuned to not what is going on necessarily, but that there is a greater cosmic force at play? We're very familiar with that force. Worthiness grants you permission to honor all that you are and moves you in the direction that fulfills your deepest passions. And that's what I want for my birthday. I mean, not just one day, the whole year. Look, 52 years old. I'm going to be alive 1 year for every week of the year, right? So I want my passions manifested, but you know what? What will I do? Am I willing to accentuate the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of my spirit? That's the tricky part, and I think that does come down to worthiness. This mantra is ideal for feeling more joy, working through creative blocks, and helping the body heal. Work. Book drop. Yeah. Yeah. And the good timing with embracing worthiness, look, for the emotional pain that we've went through, chances are this is ours, right? That it was necessary. That's part, you know, what I get is that pain really is transformation happening very quickly. So when we're going through it, you don't care about that when you're going through it. That's fine. But if you really consider it, pain is a sign of healing taking place, and intense pain is fast healing. That's why it hurts. Does that make sense? Right? And that's why we tend to numb ourselves, because the healing process can be really, really rough. Yeah. Last card down. But you're worth it, right? But I'm worth it. I'm sorry. I was born in the 60s, raised through the 70s. I watched a lot of TV. Can you tell? Breathe. Oh, for the higher selves of all involved. Oh, my own included. Hi, Mark 5, fifth dimension and above, please. Oh, my higher selves, one card in clarity for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign for this full moon. And Pisces, our full moon, to new moon next in Virgo, please. One card in clarity. What is the piece of insight, inspiration, or information that we need from our own higher selves? This full moon to new moon next, considering the collective is talking about the prostitute archetype. The angel of miracles walking with us that we need to invite in and work with. Archangel Michael saying that we need the I am angel of manifestation, wealth. Kuan Yin is saying we need the sisters of the star blossom, our friends, our communities, whatever, with this. The Ascended Masters are saying the problem is pain. The remedy is good timing, that there's a timing thing here. The Ascended Masters are also telling us to embrace our own worthiness, and maybe even the worthiness of all of life within us. So please, the higher selves of all involved, my own included, what is it that we need this full moon to new moon next? Ready? Yes, witch work. Honesty is essential. Oh my God, to be honest with yourself and others, right? And to hear honesty, to be a loving person, it is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. Now look, I was not raised that way. Oh, I'm speak the truth. Are you kidding? I was raised by a teacher and a lawyer. I got a lot of that on the daily. Wasn't always given with the most loving, compassionate Kuan Yin vibe, you know what I mean? But that is our job. Can we speak truth to ourselves? Can we be honest with ourselves and honest with others with in a loving manner, with a loving heart? Now, usually what that takes is a good amount of prefacing. In other words, saying, look, if you have to say something honestly to somebody, say, and I've had to say this to people, it's like, look, I gave the best that I could in this situation, but this hurts now, and it feels toxic, and I need to step back. Or I am really going through something. My friends, I need your help. I need your support. So whether this honesty is about yourself, well, it's always going to be about yourself in one way, shape, or form. But in dealing with emotional pain here, for sure, to be honest with yourself, to be honest with others here really is the key. That it is essential, and that's what you need this full moon to new moon next is not brutal honesty. The Dalai Lama said, truth without compassion is brutality. And I'm good at that kind of brutality. I mean, I'm a clairvoyant, I'm a Virgo, but that Pisces moon little mermaid girl in me. It's like, what are you doing? Say that differently. Say that kindly. Say that honestly, but then that Pisces might also want to prostitute the truth, right? So this worthiness mantra seems really, really key in all this. Let's put it together. So the collective is talking about the prostitute archetype, right? Alchemizing from lead to gold, about compromising our spirit for comfort. And remember, that's not always material comfort, but that's indicated here in this card of wealth as well, but we'll get there, right? But there's a miracle in place here. A miracle, a shift in consciousness. A miracle, technically, how most people think of it, is something happens. A miracle is something that defies natural law. The Red Sea parting, walking on water, water into wine. There's an awful lot of aquatic miracles in the scriptures. But, you know, things that perhaps we don't expect we call a miracle, but something that was scripted all along. It's a twist. And Archangel Michael talking about wealth here. Manifestation of wealth. And that's why to balance and integrate the material and the spiritual wealth really feels very much about what this prostitute archetype card is about, considering everybody has that. Kuan Yin really talking about other people here. Sisters of the Star Blossoms. Like, what a beautiful idea. Sisters of the Star Blossoms, our friends, our communities, giving off that light, that floral scent, right? That beauty, that love, in order to cope with the problem of pain. And we are in collective pain, we are in individual pain, right? What's going on the planet right now? Black Lives Matter, female empowerment, the rise of the divine feminine. We need more love, not less, right? So to really turn to people to help that pain, not to make the pain go away, but to alchemize it, right? Pain is often accelerated healing. And this is all in good timing. Can you work that? Can you really go, everything's in divine timing. It can't be sped up. It can't be slowed down. We're right on track. Why? Because I feel worthiness filling every cell of my body, and it feels amazing. Now, you may not feel that day one, but keep doing it. Memorize it. Allow the subconscious mind to become familiar with those words, and it will start drawing to you more and more experiences to help you feel that self-worth. I am absolutely going to be working that because I'm a Virgo with the Pisces moon, and honesty is essential here in all of this. That since this is what we need, it would make sense that we start that within ourselves and allow our cups to fill and then overflow into our friends and our communities, etc. So shall we? Let's get the blessing for us all. Breathe. May the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need for this full moon in Pisces to new moon next in Virgo. Then may we be blessed with the sisters of the Star Blossoms, our friends and our families, that we may have the miracles that we need, with honesty being essential, being loving people, speaking truthfully and in a loving manner that helps us not to prostitute ourselves, but rather to balance what our spiritual wealth with our physical financial wealth, understanding that we are embracing worthiness, that we can feel worthiness filling every cell of our bodies and it feeling amazing while we deal with any emotional pain in good timing for our well-being and for the well-being of all. May we be so very, very blessed. So mote it be. And so it is. Oh my God. Thank you so much for watching my Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed. Please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, right? comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Just do it for my birthday, will ya? Do it because you love me, because I am the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of this full moon to new moon next. Hail. Farewell, my darlings, and blessed, blessed be.